In the city, loving life and trying to survive, but there's not enough time, and there's not enough wine in the world. Basically adulting. Basically adulting.
Hey friends, it's Erin Waddell
and Luisa Diaz, and welcome back to Basically Adulting.
I just want to give a shout out to Leighton Fields for writing our awesome intro.
It's very catchy. I hope y'all like it.
I love it.
We love it.
I can't stop
We
singing
literally
it.
sing it all the time.
Yeah. We will spare your ears, but
Oh, sorry. This episode, it's brought to you by our wine of the night, Robert Mondavi Private Selection. It's a cab, California 2016. We've
Super
already had
good.
like almost half the bottle. It's really, it's interesting. It's
Pretty
good.
good.
We're not bashing you, Rob.
it was only $9.99 at the local gas station.
Gas station on the
So,
corner.
It does the job.
It does.
Yeah, okay. Well, this episode, we're going to be talking about the best topic.
We're
I
going to be
think-
dipping our toe in it.
Yeah, like, we're not even going to, like,
We're not going to like
even
fully like
start
yeah.
chipping at the iceberg. Like, we've just literally, what did I just say? Literally climbed up
the
the
mountain.
mountain of ice.
That's a very descriptive word.
And I feel like we're, like, off topic already.
We're just dipping our toe into the dating life and everything dating wise.
Yeah, because we've both been through, obviously, different situations when it comes to dating. I am fairly new into the dating scene, and I am just, like, mind boggled at, like, things that have come about.
Things have changed since Erin's was last single, guys.
Yeah, like, dramatically changed.
Like, technology has taken over
Dating
pretty much everything.
It really has. Like, where do you even meet someone nowadays? Like, if someone comments how cute you are at
People
the
slide into your
bookstore,
DMs.
but if someone, like, if you're, not that I go to the bookstore very often, I don't know why I use that analogy, but if let's just say I was at the bookstore and someone came up to me and was like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, can I take you out for drinks? I would probably say no, you could be a killer. Not to their
Yeah.
face, but
Oh
I
my
would be
gosh.
thinking that in my head.
But I think that even online.
I mean, yeah, but there's a safety there because it's like, he's not like in your face.
True. It's like, you know, like in the movies, like when they run into someone cute and they're like, oh, are you busy now? Can I take you out
I
for
know,
coffee?
and they're
And they
always
just
like,
always happen to be free. They're like,
always
oh, yeah.
sure, I
Like,
can go to
that's
coffee
not my
now.
life.
I'm like, actually, can you, like, I can pencil you in like 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the game has definitely changed, and we would just like to talk to you guys just about, like, kind of
Everything
what
we've experienced.
I don't know if we could go into everything we've experienced, but we can get pretty darn close.
Yeah. Obviously, like, we're still both single. So there's
it's
going to
not
be more
worked.
to come. It's not ending at this episode.
It has not worked out for us so far.
No.
But we have very entertaining stories to provide to you guys. It's all relative, I guess.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Anyways, I feel like you have a story like that you want to
I
start
have
off.
multiple stories
I know,
to
but there's
begin
like
with.
one in particular that I think that you should just like start with a bang.
Which one?
The guy that like came over here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you should just just start the podcast
Yes.
off with like a very strong story.
Yes. Mom, I apologize if you're listening.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I've been on Hinge since about January because I took a break in 2018 because things were just not going well.
Self-care
Self-care
is important, people.
Yes. So I took a break. Literally the first day of 2019, New Year's Day, I opened a Hinge account and it's been a wild ride. Anyways, I met this guy on Hinge, and I'm very picky, but this guy was like, I'll just give him a try.
But why did you give him a try? Didn't you say that you were persuaded to just give him, he was shooting a shot, so you were like, I'll give him a chance?
No. Shoot him shot guy was 5'5" guy.
No, I know, but didn't you say?
Well, yeah, I just don't.
That, I persuaded you in some way?
Yeah, you and Tammy.
But how?
Okay, because one, no offense to anybody. He's bald, and that's not the way I roll. I like hair.
Wait, but did you not know this before?
No, I did, because I showed you and Tammy. Remember at the pool?
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Anyways. So, they were like, give him a shot. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, shoot your shot. Let's give him a try. He might be attractive, like The Rock. Like Dwayne Johnson, And so I proceeded to talk to him. We were messaging back and forth. Conversation was good. And so one night, Erin was not going to be home. And I was like, I'll have him over. We'll watch a movie. We'll have a dinner. And
first of all, ladies, don't let a stranger into your home.
Rule number 1, don't give them your address on the first date, which I never do. I never do.
You told me this story and I was shocked. I was like, what? He was literally sitting on our couch. Oh my gosh. Okay, so after I got over the shock that he was even in our apartment, because that's just that's not.
It's totally opposite of me.
Yes.
I literally, my middle name is FBI because I literally, not to scare anybody out there, but girls, you gotta see who you're gonna hang out with. So
yeah,
I found him. Well, one, he asked for my social media, so I just happened to, my search was easier. And so I happened to, make sure he was legit and, everything was legit. And I was like, okay, let's give this a shot.
You didn't feel like a local restaurant would have been better?
Well, okay, originally we were supposed to meet locally for dinner, which this should have been flag number 1, ladies. Don't ignore the flags.
Yeah, how did you even end up here?
Okay. We were supposed to meet up for dinner, dinner and drinks. And he was on his way, and honestly, we were just going to go to the restaurant right here on the corner, and I was getting ready, and then he texted me, and he said, which, flag number 1, I'll repeat, is my friends just called me, they want me to go have dinner with them, so we'll postpone it just to, push back the time.
Ew.
And
what?
yeah, and so I already had a glass of wine at this point because I was very nervous. So my nervous, crazed mind was like, okay, yeah, whatever.
Oh my
Stupid
God.
Me. Stupid.
You need to text your girlfriends when stuff like this happens.
I know. And so obviously pushed back, and then he shows up, and he still ate. I don't know how fucking guys eat. He still ordered food.
And he probably doesn't gain any weight either. It's the fucking mystery of the
I
world.
literally smell pizza, and I, gained 5 pounds.
Same.
Anyways, so he comes over. One lady's the first minute, he walked in, I was not attractive.
Yeah.
Not attracted at all.
Oh,
and
no.
Not at all. I was, not feeling it, not... And then he took his hat off.
Oh my God.
I thought I was going to throw up. I literally mean no offense to anybody that likes bald guys or like you bald men out there, you rock it. But me,
except for this one guy,
not my taste at all. And I thought I was gonna throw up. Like it was just too like
was his head shaped funny, or
I just couldn't even look at it, honestly.
Oh my god.
And so he was very forward from like the get-go. Like I'm used to guys kind of warming me up to the idea like, oh, okay, we might, do laundry tonight.
Do the deed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy was like, from the get-go, was like wanting to make out, like and I'm just like, no, like I'm not feeling you. Like,
yeah.
And I told him, I was like, I remember saying I don't do this at all. Like I don't ever do this. So I was like, we need to chat. Like, we need to get to fucking know each other. Take a girl out for dinner before you bed her.
Yeah.
And so, okay.
Screw
then
this guy.
I know. Then I was like, okay, like, started to make out. And honestly, I was not feeling it. I was telling him, I was like, no. And then this is where it gets fun. He's wanting to, like, obviously, like, go further. And I'm like, no, not feeling it. And he was at the moment, very respectable of it, maybe due to the times. But at one point, I think he was just getting, like, frustrated. But he was like, I want you to suck my D. And I was like, oh, I don't do that. I don't do that. I rarely do that,
well,
anything.
Not
to a stranger.
Yeah, like, what?
You're practically a stranger. Like, I don't even know your favorite color, your favorite food, and you want me to suck your dick?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
And he then gets offended and then what do you do? I'm like, not that.
I eat pizza and I watch Netflix, bitch.
I watch Friends.
Yeah.
When I was watching Friends. And so he got annoyed and I was like, you can go. Like, you can leave.
Good for you.
And so I walked to, like, the kitchen counter and because my bag was sitting on the kitchen island. And I reached in. I carry a taser that was given to me by, like, practically my brother-in-law. So I took it out. And luckily, like, my bag is black. And he didn't see it, and he walked himself out the door, double locked it. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit scared.
Yeah.
Like, deep down. But also, Erin's cat, Daisy, was my backup because she was ready to pounce in any second. Like, she was so skeptical of him, and I should have known from the beginning that was not going to go well.
And she's, like, a very sweet cat. So if she's, like, she can tell if you're a bad person or not, which is fucking creepy. But anyways, well, props to you for kicking him out.
Yeah, girls, say no. Like, if you don't feel comfortable, if you don't not like how things are going, say no thank you and leave, or text your best girlfriend so, like, they can come pick you up or whatever.
Why did you not I'm still, like, appalled.
I know.
So when did this even happen? This happened, like, on a Friday night
before.
And you didn't even text, or you didn't even tell me until Sunday when I came home. Yeah. You did not even tell me what happened.
Honestly, I was probably, like, very... hindsight, like, I did feel a little embarrassed because it's like, I was like, how could I have done that?
Yeah.
I never fucking do that. Ever.
Yeah.
And I was embarrassed, and I had never felt like that ever. And I mean, I've dated some guys.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's because you're like,
but I shouldn't have felt embarrassed.
No, you shouldn't.
That's the sad part.
Yeah, because sometimes, like, stuff happens, and you're like, fuck,
I should not have done that. All I could think, I was like, one of my friends was like, what would you have done if he had gotten, like, aggressive? And I was like, I have no clue, honestly.
Yeah.
I probably would have, like, screamed and hoped my neighbors would have heard me.
Mm-hmm. Well, these walls are pretty thin, so, like, literally in my room, I've heard conversations, like, of not, like, full conversations, but I can tell that someone's actually in that room. Mm-hmm. So, like, if something, God forbid, ever did happen, like, literally just scream your head off, because I feel like these walls Your neighbors will hear. Yeah.
Somebody outside could hear us.
We can literally hear a phone ringing every single night.
Time. We don't know where, and it's only one ring.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't continue.
Like someone is calling someone else, and it's like from a distance far, far away, and every time we hear it, we just look at each other, and then it stops.
We're like, did you hear that?
And maybe it's just a ghost or something, but, whatever.
Anyways, lesson of that day was, don't have a guy over on the first date. Say no, ladies or guys. Like, whoever you're on a date with and you're feeling uncomfortable, have red flags or whatever, say no. No is the word. And
I mean, only if you're uncomfortable. If you are for it, then, whatever,
like
if
the date is going great, fine. Like, keep, let it flow. But if you're, like,
if you
your
feel
fight or
uncomfortable,
flight, like,
definitely get out of that situation. Well, I'm proud of you for saying no. I'm scared that he came over, but I'm glad that you've learned your lesson and to never have someone over. And I feel like until you're, like, comfortable with them to, like, even have them in your home, but you're not the only one that's, like, fucked up. So don't ever feel embarrassed.
No, I don't know why I did. Like, I was I just, like, was embarrassed because it's like, I don't do that. I was like, why? And I was like, locked the door. Even when I went to bed that night, I locked my bedroom door. Like, that's how scared I was.
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't, like, TMI, like, I couldn't even use, like, my vibrator that night because that's how put off I was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. To, like, forget it. Like, I was like, I couldn't even use it. I was like, so.
Just like.
I stayed up late that night too, till like 3 o'clock in the morning watching Friends, trying to like.
God. Just like kind of come off of that, like.
Yeah.
It's like a scared high.
Yeah, because it's like adrenaline. Like, my adrenaline was coursing through in case.
Well, yeah, in case you had to fucking beat his ass.
Yeah.
So, ladies, if you don't have a taser or mace, go get one.
Yeah, go get one. Like, you don't have to have a license to have a taser at all.
No.
No.
You can literally buy it at a drugstore, I feel like.
You literally feel so, like, my taser, I think, I've never had to use it, thank God, but it's loud enough that, like, I don't think you'd have to use it because the sound of it is, like, terrifying.
Can I tell you the story of how I got my taser, which is, like, kind of scary?
How? Yeah.
Did I tell you?
No.
Have I told you?
No.
Okay, so I lived in Midland, Texas for 2 years.
Oh, no, you've told me
I
this.
have.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. And so we have a building and then a parking lot where we parked all of our cars, and you have to, like, walk past this driveway, this entry driveway, to get to the parking lot. And the entry driveway is open to the public for people to come in and out, like, whatever. And so there was this car parked there, like, at 5 o'clock, like, when everyone gets off of work. And I'm, like, walking out, and this car is, like, parked, like, back, like, they must have, like, backed in or turned around, whatever, with their trunk open, and this guy was, like, selling tasers for, like, $40. And I'm like, you know what? Well, actually, the reason why I was like, it's probably fine, is because I watched two of my other coworkers, like, as I was walking up, just, like, leave after they had bought one. So I was like, okay, yeah, like, I probably should get a taser. I live alone. I don't know, what could happen in my shitty 1980s apartment. That literally someone could just take my glass door, slide it,
Oh
I had
my
literally
God.
thought this through, like, someone broke into my house or my apartment. And so I'm walking by myself, and I'm like, I'm just going to buy one. So I had cash on me, which I never really do, but I had cash on me, and the guy's like, here, we're like, what color do you want? There's all these different colors, blah, blah, blah. And so I get one, and then as I pay for it, I walk away. My HR guy is like, the HR guy that works with us is, like, walking out with me, like, behind me as well. And as I walked away, he was like, you really should not have done that. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm just trying to buy a taser, and it's like, Erin, his trunk was open. He has a taser. He could literally have just tased you, put you in his trunk, closed the trunk, and driven away. And I was like, God. Are you fucking kidding me? God. I was like, I did not even think of that. And I was like, that is so true, though. And so now I have a taser, but I also could have died getting that taser. Taser. That's my story. But I do think that you should have a taser. Maybe don't buy it out from a guy selling it out of his car, because that seems dangerous. That was one of those days where it must have been a really long day and my brain wasn't working anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's that story. I do have a Tinder story, which, I mean, everyone knows Tinder is like the hookup app or whatever. Yeah. And I'm just going to pull it up because I was like so baffled by it, honestly. Because, you know, swiping is just fun.
It's like a confidence booster, too. Like, sure. It's like, oh, I got a boom? Someone likes me?
Yeah. So this guy, he messages me. He goes, oh my God, you're so cute. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then he messaged me and he goes, I'm going to be super blunt about this. I'm sorry, but I'm just looking for a hookup with the right person. And, you know, just playing along, I'm like, well, what are your requirements to qualify as the right person, you know? And I said, LOL. And this dude literally had
a spreadsheet,
like a full out step-by-step response. He goes, first of all, someone who knows what she's getting into. That way there's no games to be played. Second, someone who can handle sex without romanticism. Third, someone I can find attractive. And lastly, someone with a nice personality and pleasant to meet up with.
That's like a sign-out sheet at the doctor's.
It's like, okay. And I was like, well, I'm impressed that you know exactly what you want. This is not your first rodeo, is it? And he goes, no, ma'am, it's not. And, you know, props to this guy. Like, that's not what I'm looking for. But you know what? If it works for him, you know, at least he's, like, upfront about it. And we're not, like, meeting up and he's expecting something.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely.
Like, if that guy that came over, like, had told you that he just wanted to hook up, you probably wouldn't have invited him over.
Yeah, definitely.
That guy needs to take notes from this guy.
Yeah. All guys in general need to take notes. They'll expect us to just, like, be ready.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. No. There are rules.
There are rules. I also have another story. It's like a recent story, like since we've started this podcast.
Yeah.
I matched with this guy on Hinge or Bumble, I don't know. I matched with this guy and we were like talking. He's like, what are you doing up so late? And I was like, oh, me and my roommate are we're just working on our podcast, like just finalizing things and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, what is it about? And I told him, and, you know, just taking the opportunity to, like, advertise. I was just like, you should go follow us on Instagram. And he goes, is that why you're on Bumble, to get more followers for your podcast? And I was like, no.
How dare you?
But I was just like, no, but first of all, I have a degree in marketing, so I'm going to take an opportunity when I see one. You're asking questions, so why would I not just, like, you know...
throw it out there, yeah.
If you want to follow me, then go for it. If not, then whatever.
No one's holding a gun to your head.
Yeah. And so I was just like, nope, I just wanted to take the opportunity, like, you gave it to me, you know? And he was like, haha, just kidding. I was just giving you a hard time. I was like, yeah, okay. He was like, well, if the first date goes well, I'll give you guys a follow. And I was like, okay.
All right.
Sounds like a deal. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yes.
To be continued.
But on the topic of, like, Bumble and stuff, I just think it's nuts how the time we're living at now is, like you've said earlier, the only way to meet a guy or girl or whatever is online. Online. Like, this isn't 1982 or, like...
No. This is not 2013.
2000? No.
Yes.
Oh, true.
These were not even invented in 2013.
No.
I met my ex naturally, organically.
Yeah.
And literally there wasn't any online dating majority of our relationship. So
yeah, I don't think Tinder was, well, I mean, no, I mean, in a sense, I mean, older people were using like Match.com and eHarmony, but these
but,
like
for
applications
people
on phones for like younger people,
right.
like it's like ordering something off of Amazon almost.
Yeah.
Like swiping left or right. It's like, oh, I got a date for tonight or whatever.
Yeah.
It's very, very quick compared to being courted by somebody.
Yeah,
like,
and like having people like show you that they care and like
getting to know someone like over a span of time instead of like quick 5 minutes. Like, hi, hello, how are you?
Want to go on a date? And then also like as the girl, like if they don't ask you on a date within like the first couple of days, you're like, well, they're not interested, so I'm not going to respond to them anymore. And it's like, why can't we just like have a conversation and like become friends before we even like try to date?
Yeah.
Like, why isn't there like more like friend apps?
Yeah. And then another thing, well, there is.
Well, I know Bumble has it.
And there's an app called Vina, and it's only for like girls. It's like marketed on Instagram.
Oh.
It's only for girls, like when they move to like new cities or like whatever, and they meet other people, and yeah, it's pretty much like not a dating app, but it's like a friendship app for girls.
That's cool.
Which I think it's like neat because, you know, if you move to a city that you don't know anybody, it's nice to connect with people. But
well, you know, one of our friends, like really good friends, met one of her now really good friends on Bumble BFF.
Yeah. And
they like literally like travel the world together. Like
goals.
I know. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. But back to the whole like wanting to meet somebody and like have a relationship, whatever that is, whether it's a friendship or it turns into something more, like it's so I feel like it's so hard to keep the guys interested because I've read somewhere where they say like that a lot of people think like these dating apps, it's like a game, and they'll like swipe left or right, and then when they've had enough, they just like don't respond. Compared to like the people that are taking it seriously, that are there looking for whatever it is, that get caught up with these folks that are just there for the swipes.
Yeah. My question is to all the men out there who are listening, is chivalry dead? Because I feel like it could be going down that road. Just because, I mean, maybe like these apps are just to like get you in front of another person, and like maybe chivalry's not dead. Like, open the door for me. Yeah. Pay for my meal.
Ask me on a date. Don't tiptoe around it. I hate when guys are like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? And I literally will be like, oh, nothing. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. It's like, ask me out.
First of all, you don't tell a guy you're doing nothing.
Well, no, like I'll say I have plans.
Okay, well, that's not nothing.
Well, no, like I usually say like, oh, I have this going on. What about you? I don't give him like my Saturday. This is what I'm doing.
You don't give him your itinerary?
Yes.
But yeah, no, you can't just based on that.
I make myself sound a bit busy.
And good. Yeah. You got to make yourself, what is that book? The rules book.
Yes,
what
there's
do
a book.
They say you have to make yourself
seem unattainable.
Yeah.
Like, it's like not all boys, but like most they like to chase.
Yeah.
And if we don't give them the attention they're used to having, they're gonna want to chase after us.
Oh yeah, they're gonna come back.
Which yet to be proven.
Do all men come back? All men have this ability.
It's a pattern.
know when, like, a woman is doing okay in her life.
Oh my God, yes.
And just, like, pop back up and be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, story time. I went on a date with a guy on Hinge. Super great. Everything was going great. We went on, like, I think we went on 3 dates, if I'm not wrong. 3 or 2, I can't really remember. And yeah, everything was going great. He was great. We were getting along. It was like starting off well. Totally fucking ghosted me. Totally just stopped talking to me. And I'm not going to be the one to, like, pester somebody. I'm not going to be like, oh, hey, like, every single day. Like, I get the fucking hint. So just when I'm doing well and I'm, you know, like, going through life and just doing well, I'll get a text. Hey,
So
hope you're doing
annoying.
good. And it'll literally be like when I'm like, I've had the greatest day of my life. I'm sitting at home having a glass of wine with my home cooked meal, and that text will pop up, and I'm like,
And you're like, fuck
and I get
you.
so fucking mad. It's like, how fucking dare you text me at 9?
Saying,
How
"Hey,
are
what's
you?
up?"
A month after, like, we've talked.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Did y'all ever, like, hook up or anything?
No.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, he was, like, a really good guy. He was this, I don't want to, whatever. He was a sushi chef. He had 2 dogs. He was a dog person.
Literally half of the men in America or in the world are probably dog people.
I know, but, like,
that does not make them a good person.
Yeah, I know. But,
Like, if
like,
that's
the
what you-
conversations we've had, like,
But if that's what you're, like...
I'm not looking for, like, a dog person, but my point is the conversations we had were, like, awesome. Like, they weren't boring. They weren't, like,
Right.
there weren't, like, dead silences, like, or awkward silences. Like, they were, like, it was nice.
Yeah. You felt like a connection.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
his company. And then he fucking, like, ghosted me. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
By the way, he, like, texted me, like, what, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah. And
Out
did
of
you
nowhere.
Respond? And
Yeah,
then he
like, a
didn't
day
text you
later.
back.
No, a day later. And I said, hey, stranger. That's all I said.
And then he never said anything.
And then he responded.
Oh, what did he say?
He said, let me pull it up.
Oh my god.
Literally, I was so
Men
I
and
remember,
girls.
I think I came out of my room and I was like, guess who just texted me?
But I feel like as a society, like, if this is where it's
If this is the
going,
norm.
Like, I feel like ghosting is just rude. Like, if you're not into someone, just don't.
tell them.
Yeah. Or
Don't
if, like,
be
something
afraid.
comes up, just be like, yeah, like, I'm moving to another state. Sorry, you can't talk to you anymore. Or,
I'm
like,
moving to Yemen. Just
Yeah.
fucking say it.
just fucking tell, even if you're not moving to Yemen, just fucking tell the girl or the guy that you're moving to
I'm
Yemen.
not into it.
And get it over with. Like, she would respect you, or they would respect you more if you just tell them that
Yeah.
you're not into them.
Yeah, because they're not going to be wasting their time sitting around wondering why isn't he texting me back? Like, why isn't he?
And that's literally the worst feeling. It's
It
like,
literally is.
Because it's probably, it doesn't have to do anything about you, probably.
Yeah, it could just be them.
It's most likely something that they're going through and shit that is going on in their life. Whether it's an ex popped back up, someone's grandma died.
Yeah, like family issues, like whatever.
Shit happens every fucking day. Like, that's fucking adulting. Like, literally,
And
you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, you're on the other end of, like, feeling guilty, like, maybe I did something wrong, is not cool, and it's not nice.
No.
So, be nice, people.
Yeah, like, let people know, like, hey, I'm not interested, or you're a great person, or whatever. Just don't fucking ghost them. Don't leave them hanging.
Yeah.
That's like someone saying, I have a secret, and then not fucking tell you that secret.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, my God.
I do have a story. After I just, like, preached to the choir about that, I did go on this So my first date in basically my whole entire life, I've never been like on an actual like blind date.
That's right, yeah.
So I went on this date with this guy that I met on Hinge, and he was super nice and nothing was wrong with him. Just didn't really like feel a connection, I guess. Maybe I like got scared of like committing to.
You just got nervous.
You know, I don't know. Whatever the case may be. And then, like, shit came up in my life that I kind of had to attend to. And, I don't know. He also was a little aggressive on the texting.
Oh, yeah, he was. I forgot.
Like, maybe a lot. In which I'm just like, and I'm not the best text backer. Like, I'm not normally.
Yeah.
And so he texted me when he was drunk one night and was like, look, you just got out of a relationship. I just got out of a relationship. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I like you. I want to take you out again. And I'm out, like, with my friends. So I'm like, I'm not going to fucking respond to this right now. I'm having a good time. And so a couple of days go by, and like the next morning, like I still don't respond because I'm like, I am a little too hungover to even like digest what I just read, because I didn't even read it until the next morning, honestly. Yeah. And so I'm like, I'm just like gonna put this off for another time, and you know, I forget. I'm 26. My brain's going. My brain is already forgetting stuff. And so Tuesday comes around and he goes, look, if you're not into this, like, you could just let me know. And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Literally on Monday. Maybe this wasn't, I don't remember the timeline. But during that amount of time before he sent me the aggressive text, my dad's girlfriend's mom had passed away, like, suddenly. There was, like, she'd went in for some pain and literally, like, never came back from the hospital. And so, like, not that that's an excuse to not text someone back.
Yeah,
but he was not, like, a priority, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, I went on one date with you, blah, blah, blah. So I told him that, and he, like, obviously felt really bad. And I was like, I wasn't trying to ghost you. Like, I was just, you know, a lot's been going on.
Yeah.
So I say be nice, and I try to text people back. But I get it. Like, stuff happens. But I at least texted back and, like, gave a reason.
Yeah.
You know? Like, fuck that guy for not texting you back.
Yeah, really. Ugh. So what would you say is like your favorite dating app, or like one, like, which one do you like best of all of them?
I think I like Bumble right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling Bumble as well.
And honestly, so the only reason why I even started getting on dating apps was because me and two girlfriends were in New York, and we're like just having fun, and they're like, you need to get a Tinder. And I'm like, I don't, like, never been, like, wanted to get one, just because it's like, you want to meet someone organically.
Yeah.
And so, just for fun, they downloaded it on my phone. It's been on my phone since, so I just started swiping, and then I think you introduced me to Hinge.
No, one of our other friends was using Hinge, and she had told me about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll jump on it. And I did. And this was like after my... This was after my... Yeah, I told you. Yeah. So technically, it did come from me.
Yeah, so you introduced me to Hinge, and...
I won't forget that night. You're like, I'm making a Hinge. Help me with my profile.
Because it's like, that's just so hard. You're like, I don't know what I like to do on Sundays. You know, it's like you have to choose 3 questions. Anyways, so I started doing that, and it was just like a lot of work on Hinge, you know. It's just like you have to read through their profile, you have to like look at their, I don't know. It just seemed like it started getting, like, that's really whatever.
Yeah.
And then I went out with one of my friends, actually the girl that our good friend met on
Bumble
BFF.
BFF.
Her and I hung out, and we were going to, like, just out, and she was like, you know what, we need to, like, find some guys to, like, meet us out on Bumble. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, yeah, download the Bumble app, because I've heard of it, but I didn't have one. And so literally we were just, like, swiping on Bumble to, like, have guys meet us out at the bar, because I don't know, I guess that's what girls do nowadays.
I guess I've never done that.
Well, it didn't work. No one met us out, so. But anyway, so now I had Bumble on my phone, and I feel like I like it more. It's just like, I don't know. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it doesn't give last names.
Yeah.
Like, I do like that Hinge gives last names, so then if you do match with someone, you can go and creep on them.
Yeah.
And
well, you can still kind of do that on Bumble, like if they offer their Instagram or Snapchat,
yeah,
but not all of them do.
not all of them do.
Yeah. I got back on Bumble when you were like, oh, I downloaded Bumble. And I was like, I might as well just give Bumble another try. And I did. Because I didn't like it for the longest time, because obviously, like, if you people know Bumble, girls have to make the first move. And so I would, and half the time guys don't message back. It's like, why the fuck are you on this app if you're not going to message back? True. And so I deleted it, and now I'm back on it. And I have to say, like, I've had really good responses this time around. Really good ones. So props to you, Bumble. You're on the top faves this time around.
One of our favorite words is boom.
Every time we match with somebody, Bumble says boom, and we'll just shout boom when we get a boom.
We got a match.
That's right.
So yeah, but yeah. So that's, like, the struggles with, like, the current dating situation. But I think that as long as we're having fun and we're being safe, like, I think just, like, being aware of our surroundings, you know, watching those crime shows really helps me. And I don't know if it helps you.
It does help me.
I feel like it scares you more.
It does both. Like, I'm aware of people, but at the same time it terrifies me.
But you're also scared of, like, the ice machine making noise.
Well, that's because I watch ghost YouTube videos.
There could be a killer in the freezer.
No, let's hope not.
So I really think that, like, just being aware of your surroundings, like, when you are going to meet someone that you don't know, like, I don't know. Yeah,
it's always nice when you get, like, a cool waitress that you can go and be like, I need help to get out of here because this is not going to work.
One of our friends actually went on a date with a guy, and she, like, had a really long day at work, was looking forward to, like, this date.
They were meeting up at a Mexican restaurant, which Queso and Margs
was so excited about getting this margarita, and she got there first, so she had ordered a marg, and the waitress...
No, he got there first. He got there first, and she thought he was waiting for her to order. And when the waitress came, she's like, oh, yeah, I'll order a marg. She's like, what do you want? And he's like, oh, no, I'm fine with water or something like that. And she's like, oh, that's okay. You don't know what you want yet. And he said, no, I'm not drinking tonight.
And she's like, oh, like, just not tonight? Or you just, like, don't drink?
Yeah.
At all? And he goes, well, I don't drive after one drink. And she's like, cool. Like, I'm having a drink and I'm, like, driving home.
Right.
And it's like... Oh, okay.
But I think he later went on to say that he doesn't. He rarely
doesn't drink at all.
He doesn't. Which, okay, good for you if you don't, but
I need someone to be able to
I
drink
need
with
somebody,
me.
yeah, because I don't want them to, like...
I don't want that responsibility.
I just...
I mean, cool, like, I have a sober driver every time, but, like, that's what Uber's for.
Yeah. And it's, like, you have to think, like, they have to get, like, pretty annoyed after a while, like...
Oh, I would. Whenever I'm on a cleanse and I go out with my friends, like, I'm like, this is why I drink with you guys. Because you guys are fucking annoying when I'm sober. But, so anyways, so she figured out that this guy didn't drink. Ever. And she, like, made her way to the bathroom, caught the waitress, and was like, you gotta get me out. And so she literally, like, paid her tab and left. And it's like, you know, props to her.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually, like, some bars, I just read this the other day, they offer, like, it's in the girls' bathroom. I don't know if it's all bars, but, some bars, it's in the girls' bathroom, it's this poster, and it says, like, if you don't feel comfortable on your date, and this is the first date, order the angel shot, and the bartender will know what to do.
Oh, wow,
And there's, like,
awesome.
different ways to order the angel shot, in, like, referencing to, like, how bad the date is going. Like,
Wow.
if you need, like, there's, like, different ways to order it. And I think, like, the fourth or third option is,
Like, get me the
it,
fuck
like,
outta
translates to, I need you to kick him out, and I need you to, like, order me an Uber and make sure I get home safe. Or call the cops or something like that. But I think that's, like, a great way for,
really
like,
great
bars
idea.
to, like, watch out for the girls out there. Because you don't fucking know.
That's really good.
Yeah.
We need to find out.
I feel like everybody should be doing that.
We need to find out, like, which bars do that and, like...
Have our first dates there.
Well, yeah. I mean, why would we go somewhere that doesn't do that? But also just to, like... We could, like, let people know, you know?
Yeah.
Where
they offer the angel shots. That's what they're called.
Yeah, and we could just, like, let people know. And then we could also suggest that to other places because I think that's a really great idea.
Yeah, a really good idea. Angel
I'm making a
shots.
note of
So
it.
if you guys live in an area where they offer angel shots and you're feeling uncomfortable, order one. I think there's, like, different ways to order it.
I mean, I'm sure if you just say, hey, I need an angel shot, they'll be like, okay, I'm going to get you the fuck out of here.
True.
Yeah. Okay, well, that comes down to the angel shot, I guess, like, leads us into our next. I mean, we've kind of been talking about safety
Yeah.
on dates and stuff, but, like, just ladies, gents, whoever, just make sure that you feel comfortable with where you are, what's going on. Always have your first date, your first couple of dates, I would think.
Yeah, in a public place.
In a public place.
Unless, like, you happen to know this person, like, really well. Which is very rare.
Yeah, that's the, you know,
but even
exception.
then, I would still...
Or, like, if it's a group setting, like, see how they get along with your friends.
Yeah.
Or, you know, also, if you do go on a date, like, make sure you share your location with one of your friends.
Yeah.
Or your mom. Or whoever you feel comfortable with. Sharing your location. And, like, tell them where you're going.
Yeah, like the
Because you'll never
time, the
know.
place.
And it's like, hey, if I don't come back in, like, 2 to 3 hours, like, you might want to, like, just check my location and make sure I'm not, like, in a ditch somewhere on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if they throw my phone out of the car, like, if, let's just say they kidnap me, I literally, like, explained this scenario, like, whenever I went on my date. I was like, there's literally no one around. Could have, like, whacked me on the head. I shared my location with you, but I'm like, he could have just, like, disabled my phone, and then I'm gone, sold to Mexico.
Oh, my God. You really thought about this. That's why I'm always, like, kind of, like, not scared, but, like, when guys are like, oh, let me walk you to your car. And
Yeah,
it's like,
I got it. I got a taser. That's what we need to start saying. I bought this sketchy-ass taser out of the back of the car.
Right.
I don't need your ass to walk me to my car. Thank you very much.
but I always, like, goes back to chivalry, you know?
Yeah, I
like,
mean-
it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
it's
you
like you
want them
want
to be
guys
nice.
to be nice, but at the same time, it's like
just
he can fucking kill me.
In this society that we live in, it's just like I don't think it hurts to just be overly cautious. You know, like if he walks to your car, like just put your hand in your purse and have your taser.
Or
if he
make sure you park like in the very like
front row,
or like
or
by
well
the
lit.
yeah, or by like the crowded, the front of the restaurant. Okay, like the very front. Okay, by the door.
Yeah.
And there you go. It's like 2 steps.
Yeah,
you walked me to my car.
Thank you. Yeah. But another thing, like if you are going on a date, like you could just have your best friend like call you in the middle of the date and like have a code word, and you just like secretly tell them how the date's going, and you know, I mean, I've never done that before, but
I've never either.
It seems like a good idea.
I've never done that either.
I think it would be fun to
We should
try.
do it. Yeah, we should have a code word.
What should our code word be? Oh, we can't say it on air.
No.
On
we'll talk
air.
about it later.
On air, like we're on the fucking radio. Oh my god. This podcast has gone to my head. Excuse me, we're on air. Can't share that shit. Oh my god. What's the next one?
Watch your drink.
Yeah.
Don't drink more than like 2 or 3 drinks max on like a date with this guy. And don't, like, if you happen to be running late and he's like, oh, I already ordered you a drink, don't fucking take it.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And
I
order
agree.
something else.
Agree.
Because that's, I mean, you don't know what he could have, like, tampered the drink or... like
put fucking roofies in it.
That's what tampering means.
Yeah, I was just being blunt about it. For those that don't know what that means.
Yeah. But, yeah, watch your drink. Don't drink more than, like, 2 or 3. Or whatever your drink limit is. Like, I have a friend that she can have 1 drink and she's good. Like, she's good. She's tipsy.
I would say, like, 2 max. Like, on a date, like, you're not trying to get wasted. You're trying to get to know someone.
Well, also, like...
and you also don't want to, like, like, when I get drunk, I turn into, like, a really big talker. And I really just, like, talking about my life and your life and what could happen in the future. And, you know...
she just gets really emotional about things. I get emotional
and, like... I might start crying if I get too drunk. Like, you never fucking know.
Yeah.
And so, in order to... manage that, just don't get too sloshed.
Yeah, like if you know how many drinks you can handle.
I would say even that, like I feel like I could handle a lot of drinks. Like, what does that even mean? Like, can I handle
we all think we can handle a lot of drinks.
Can I handle like enough drinks like before I throw up? Or, you know, like what does that even mean?
Yeah.
I would just say like 2 drinks max.
Know your limit. Because I think everyone's limit's different.
Well, sure, but, like, you're on a date to, like, meet someone.
Yeah.
I guess get free drinks, too, but...
Just be safe out there. Don't... 2 drinks. Max.
2 to 3.
2 to 3. Max. Be safe. Watch your drink.
No shots.
Yes, please, girls. No shots. Even if he's like, come on, I'll buy it for you. Be like, no,
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
I have shit to do in the morning. Like,
yeah.
That's always an excuse.
Yeah, like, I have work tomorrow.
Yeah, like, it's
That's
Wednesday.
That's a perfect excuse.
It's fucking Wednesday. I cannot be taking shots. I've already had 3 drinks, and now you want me to take a shot? Like, I have to
No,
work
thank you.
tomorrow.
It's like, I have to drive home.
Yeah, I didn't Uber, which, I mean... always drive. That way you have an excuse to not drink so much.
Yes.
No, just do what you think is best. Just be safe.
Yes. Which leads us into, does the guy pay? Like the bill?
Yes, always.
Yes. I used to think, okay, honestly, like a while ago, I want to say a year ago, but no. When I went on a date, I offered to pay, but I know, but because I don't want to be too like.
I mean, for the whole bill or for yourself?
For myself, no, not for the fucking whole bill. For my, like, I offered to pay my
I
share.
feel like that's, like, okay. I mean,
But-
depending on the situation.
Well, but my mom and her good friend, like, were like, why would you do that? Like, no. They're like, their rule or what they said is, if he asked you out on a date, he pays.
Agreed, 100.
She's like, if you would have said, like, hey, let's go do this, and he had agreed, okay, maybe you pay your own share. If he even lets you.
Yeah, he shouldn't be letting you, though.
And exactly.
That's what a chivalrous man would do.
But I do agree, like, now I expect the guy to pay.
Yeah.
Don't fucking ask a girl out if you cannot fucking afford it.
Or, like, go do something for free. Like,
Yeah.
there's plenty of activities that you can go and do for free.
Literally Google them.
Yeah, we've fucking done that before. Outdoor activities, going on a hike, except we kind of nixed that one out because it's like you wouldn't really want to go on a first date with someone that you don't know.
Yeah. They're like,
on
oh,
a
a hike.
hike.
That's a perfect place to kill them.
Yeah, maybe not a hike. That's a bad example.
Yeah.
But like going to the lake, going fishing, going
The lake?
Yeah, I love the lake.
I know, but like you too?
What?
Just like you and the stranger?
I mean, yeah, the lake is pretty busy.
True. Still.
What lake are you going to?
I don't know.
A fucking Erie lake that's probably at dusk with mist all over it. Like, you can't even see across it. I'm talking about fucking Lake Louisville, like, going to the pier.
I just think worst
where
case
there's
scenario.
people. I know.
Like, what if the day you're like, oh, it's our date, like, we're going on the lake, and it happens to be the day that nobody's on the fucking lake?
Well, if there's no one on the fucking lake, then why are we going to the lake? Like, I would ask that question. I'm not, like, look, it looks like there's going to be a thunderstorm. Like, maybe we shouldn't go to the lake.
True.
I don't know. You just got to be smart about it.
Yeah.
But there are a bunch of, like, things that you could do for free.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's
if
always,
a guy
like...
cannot pay.
Yeah, especially, like, in the summer, there's, like, so many, like, cities hosting, like, festivals and...
Yeah.
Just, like, free stuff. Free things to do.
Do your research.
Google it, people.
Yeah, just Google it.
Google it.
So, okay, let's just say that you went on this date and you had a good time. He paid for your meal. How do you feel about, like, kissing on the first date?
I think it's fine. I mean, I think it shows that the date's going great.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, I mean, just let it...
But who makes the first move?
The guy.
Yeah. That's
all
why...
about the
chivalry.
Why can I not say that word?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's all about like him showing that he's into it.
Yeah.
And then, like, obviously I know that, like, guys say, oh, it's so hot when the girl makes the first move. And, like, yeah.
Really? Really, though?
I mean, sometimes, like, I can see if that's sexy. But if you want it to go somewhere, like, just make the fucking move.
Yeah.
Like,
don't chicken out. Like, if the girl's not feeling it, she'll let you know. Like, she'll turn her cheek or whatever.
Give you a hug, a high five, pay for her
own meal. Oh, my God,
meal.
high fives. Yay or nay? I know people that, like, couples, like, I've heard couples that don't high five.
Why?
Because it's, like, friend zone-ish. Which I think it's weird. Like,
couples?
I love, yeah. Like,
but they're already a couple.
Like, morning radio, Callie Raspberry. Alan doesn't high five her.
I feel like I've heard that. But yeah, I like high fives, actually.
I like high fives too. I don't think that's...
I mean,
it depends on...
If a guy goes in for a kiss and I'm giving him a high five, then yeah, maybe he's like, oh yeah, she's not into it. But like, I feel like if you're in a relationship with someone, like, be silly, be goofy, be who you are. And if you like high fives and they like high fives, like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. So I like, yeah, I agree.
I'm a high fiver.
I'm
Should
a
we
high fiver.
right now?
Yes.
Ooh, that was
Perfect.
good. That was really good. You gotta look at the elbow. Yeah. Good.
Oh, that sung a little. That was good.
Ooh. Yeah. So, anyways, that's like literally, guys. I can't even like stress this enough. These stories are just gonna get better.
We didn't even tell you all of our stories.
There's no way we could tell all of our stories.
We'd be here for like forever.
No, we could literally have a podcast just about our dating lives. But we're trying to like not
dip our toe into it.
Just be about dating. We're just trying to be about adulthood and like I'm 26 and Luisa's 23 and that's a huge part of our lives right now. Like along with like
having a job.
Well, not even just having a job, but doing something that you love. Like at 23, I was doing something that I thought I loved, and come to find out, like I have a passion for real estate, and like now I'm trying to pursue that and juggling that with dating and just like everything else and like family time and like time for myself and like eating healthy and all of this stuff that like goes into adulthood, which we talked about on the last episode. Like it's a struggle, and it's like it
is like I feel like there's never enough time in the day to do everything I want to do.
No. And I mean I get that everyone has the same amount of time in every single day, but it's a lot to juggle, and it just takes practice and like knowing your goals and what you want to get out of your day. And this is just a small smidget of like what we're even living right now. We're just trying to like talk to you guys about things that we've gone through and relate to you on some sort of level. If hopefully we are. So.
Definitely.
But yeah, anyways, I think...
I want to add onto that note. They always say, like, you are not the same person you are, like, in your early 20s and what you become in your, like, later 20s. And so I think that says a lot about, like, how you grow in your 20s. Because it's really, like, it's really a process. Because when I was 20... my mindset was totally not different than, 3 years ago. I know it seems like, not a lot, but my mindset was like totally different.
A lot can happen in like a year or even like 6 months. Like I was in a relationship for 5 years. I thought that I was going to marry this man, and obviously that didn't work out. So no, there's no like ill feelings or whatever towards him, but like life changes, and like you have this vision of like what you expect to happen, and then when it doesn't happen, it's like, well shit, like I'm failing. When you're really not failing, like it's just not your purpose. And you just have to find your purpose, and once you find it, it's like this overwhelming feeling of like achievement and like I don't know, like it's just, I don't think I've found it yet, but I feel like I'm getting closer to it as I get older, and like knowing truly like who I am and like what I want out of this life, and like knowing who's important to me is like really what life is about. And like as when I was younger, it was not always about that kind of stuff. It was always about the materialistic things, and like now it's not as much about that stuff. And I don't know, it's crazy like to watch the transformation, like, and that's what I'm hoping with this podcast too, is like we can like go back and like see the transformation of like from where we are now, like from 6 months from now, and like see where we've come from. Which is crazy.
It is nuts. 6 months from now is 2020.
Not quite December. But yeah, I get what you're
closing
saying.
up. Roaring 20s.
I get what you're saying. But yeah, so we'll definitely be having more episodes about this topic.
Yeah, little life updates.
Yeah. I mean,
Dating life updates.
yeah, probably almost every episode will have a story. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
You know, it might just be like a little surprise. But on that note, if you have, I guess, made it to this 3rd episode, we want to thank you.
Yes.
For listening this far. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to Apple, Spotify,
Google, wherever you listen to us.
yeah, and also make sure to follow us on our personal Instagram accounts. Mine is at Erin Waddell, ErinWaddell.
And mine is Miss Luisa Diaz, MSLuisa And don't forget to also follow the podcast on Instagram, which is at basically adulting247. We'll also be plugging these on our description on the podcast episode. So if you didn't catch that, you could just find it on there.
And make sure that you give some love to our man Leighton Fields, who was the singer and songwriter of our introduction song, which is amazing. So I guess we'll just catch you guys next time.
Yes, that's it for now.
All right. Stay young, y'all. Cheers.